Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about some side hustles that anyone can do to earn some extra cash. If you've not heard the term before, then it may sound like you could be doing something dodgy on a street corner, but I can assure you that none of these are. Now, these are just a few suggestions and there are plenty of others, so if you know of any other decent suggestions, then please feel free to put them in the comments below. Side hustles are great for earning a bit of extra money while you've got other commitments such as a full-time job. The great thing about side hustles is that while they can often start as a bit of extra cash, you often learn new skills and sometimes they may even turn into a full-time business. So I'm going to share 10 side hustles that can be started by anyone and I'll explain a bit about them. Then I'll finish up by giving a rating out of 5 to each for different criteria. So firstly, I'll rate how easy it is to get them going, then I'll rate them on the time it takes to make money, and finally I'll rate them on the potential amount of money you can earn from the side hustle. If you enjoyed this video, then I'd really appreciate an early thumbs up, as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm so that my content can reach more people. Also, please subscribe and press the bell icon to be notified of the latest videos, as I upload new content every week on personal finance, investing, and how to reach financial freedom. So there are part-time jobs that you can tailor around your schedule and work when you want. The great thing about this is that you don't have to do it all the time and you can pick and choose when it's convenient for you. So first on this list is pet sitting. The great thing about pet sitting is that you basically get all the benefits of a pet for say a weekend or a week or maybe even 2 weeks without all the costs, and they actually pay you to look after their animals and possibly their house. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure most animals don't like being put in a cattery or a kennel while their owners go on holiday, so it's even better for the animals' well-being also. There are loads of sites which you can find that offer this by Googling, but one example is rover.com. If you want to sign up as a house sitter, then sometimes you have to pay a yearly fee to join some of these sites, or sometimes the site will take a bit of commission from your house stay, which is the case on rover.com. So to give it a rating, the ease to start, I'll give it a 5. Anyone can do this very easily and is convenient around your schedule. The amount of time to make money, I'll also give that 5. Obviously this is time for money, and while all sites will differ, you can get paid within 2 days after you complete a service on rover.com. Other sites may differ though, so have a hunt around. How much you can make? On rover.com, sitters and walkers manage their own rates, and the total cost of a booking will vary depending on the service. For example, dog walking on average is £20 per walk for a half-hour walk. House sitting is £25 per night, or boarding and looking after pets together is on average £28. So obviously it's time for money, but if you can find loads of jobs nearby you, then you could do multiple walks in a day. So I'm gonna give it a 4. There are loads of similar sites that partner up people that need jobs with people available for work in loads of other areas also. If you look on airtasker.com, they offer things such as cleaning or house removals, or furniture assembly, gardening, lawn mowing, or cleaner type work, for example. I mean, if you look in here, there's so many things that you can offer here on this list. And another site similar to this is TaskRabbit. I'll put all the links from this video in the description below, so you can check them out after this video. An alternative to using one of these sites is you could offer services in your local Facebook groups for similar tasks, and that way you could cut out the middleman. So side hustle number 2 is a part-time job. Bear in mind, you may need permission from your full-time employer depending on where you work, but it's always best to check. A great example of this is bar work. This is a great way to also meet new people, and if you find a good one, then they may actually let you have a drink or two on shift, and sometimes have a drink or two after when you finish. If you live in the UK at the moment, and possibly in other countries, then there is a massive shortage of hospitality staff, so you may even get better wages than you normally would. Plus, bar jobs can potentially tip well depending on where you work. In the UK, you will obviously need to be of legal age to drink to work in a bar. I'm not sure about other countries, but I'm going to presume it's a similar law. Depending on the company you work for, then they may give you the flexibility to work when you want. It will depend on the employer. So to give it a rating, the ease to start this, I'm gonna give this a 5. It's pretty easy. It doesn't take a huge amount of skill to pour drinks, and if you can't do that, then you can always collect glasses. The time to make money, again, I'll give this 5. Obviously, This is time for money here, and you'll generally get paid within a month. And how much you make, obviously you can make as much as you want to work, so I'll give it a 4. So side hustle number 3 on my list is online tutoring. Sites like Cambly.com probably has some of the easiest entry requirements. You don't need a degree or teaching certificate. Cambly basically connects tutors with people who want to learn a language, and Cambly provides students with the ability to speak with a native speaker, and the focus is less on formal teaching and more on having a natural informal conversation. So to do this, you will need to speak English, and you will need a computer capable of running video chat software with a webcam and mic and a decent internet connection. Cambly pays by the minute, as classes do not have a set length and you can end the classes at any time. They will pay you 17 cents per minute, which equates to $10.20 per hour, and 20 cents per minute, which equates to $12 per hour on Cambly Kids. And you get paid via PayPal every Monday. The great thing about this is you can teach from anywhere in the world as long as your internet is good. There are loads of sites offering similar products, and more formal sites requiring qualifications are Preply and Wales English, but I'm sure there are tons of others if you had a quick Google. Some sites like Preply, you can set your own rates, but generally people with qualifications or teaching skills generally can charge more. So to give it a rating out of 5, the ease of starting this, I'll give it a 5. For Cambly, it's pretty easy. You just need to sign up, do a connection test, record an intro video, and wait for Cambly to approve your profile. So it's pretty simple. The time to make money, I'll give that 5 stars again. Very quick, and you get paid every Monday. And how much money you can make, obviously you can make as much money as you want to earn, and it's on your schedule, so I'll give it a 4. So side hustle number 4 is online freelancing, where you provide digital services on sites like Fiverr or Upwork or People Per Hour. You'd be surprised at what people offer on some of these sites. Now, a lot require skills, but you can also write articles or do data entry or do voiceovers or even translate. Ideally, you want to do something you're good at or a skill you already know, perhaps from a hobby or from work, or if not, perhaps something you can learn quickly, as obviously higher valued skills will pay more. You can pretty much learn anything for free on YouTube nowadays without even paying for a course. But if you want to do a course, then you could skill up from sites like Udemy or Skillshare. Niches generally do well. People want someone with expertise in a specific area, but be wary of the clientele you may get on Fiverr, as people are often trying to pay a minimum, so be prepared for clients trying to squeeze as much out of you as possible. But you can literally do so many things on Fiverr.com, so it's worth having a browse on there. Like, you can even pay a hairy guy with his shirt off to sing happy birthday to your mate if you want. So, I mean, if you're stuck for ideas, just maybe have a browse. I know another great thing with online freelancing is the flexibility to do this anywhere in the world. So to give it a rating, the ease to start this, I'll give it a 4. It's pretty easy. You just need to sign up and offer a service. But obviously if you want to be paid more, then you may need to skill up. The time to make money, I'll give this a 4. It's very quick. You get paid 2 weeks after a job is complete, but obviously you need people to take you up on your job offers. How much money you can make, obviously this is completely dependent on the skills you offer, but just for example, say you sang happy birthday for $10 a pop. Obviously it's dependent on how many times someone pays for your services in a day, but say you sold this 10 times in a day, you could make $100. But obviously there's a lot of competition and it can sometimes be a race to the bottom, so you've got to be original sometimes, so I'll give it a 3. So side hustle number 5 is blogging. Now I've tried this and I personally kind of failed at it, but some people have been very successful. You would get paid through advertising and affiliate marketing, but it's going to take a very long time and often quite a learning curve, because you've first of all got to get a website, and then you need to write content to an SEO standard. And if you don't know what SEO stands for, then SEO stands for search engine optimization, which means if someone Googles, say, where's best to eat in Liverpool, you want to rank near the top of Google, and to do this you need to write your article in a specific way. While you can pay someone to set you up the site and do all the technical part, you will still need a lot of content, and again you can pay someone to do this, but there is a lot of competition. So I thought I'd mention it anyway, just in case someone was considering doing this. So the ease to start, I'm going to give this a 2. You do need technical knowledge, or you need someone else to set up the site for you, but then you still need to write articles to an SEO standard. The time it's going to take you to make money, I'm going to give this a 1. I think a blog I have from years ago makes me pennies every month. So that's an example for you. But how much you can make, this is dependent on how much content you have and how many visits you get and how successful your site is. While I made next to nothing on my site, others can make hundreds or thousands a month, but it's a lot of effort. For a side hustle, starting out, you won't make much, so I'm going to give it a 1 at the start, but perhaps down the line, it could actually be a 5. And then the best thing about it is once the content's written, it just recurringly brings in money every month. So it can be great in the long run. So side hustle number 6 is YouTube. Now, I had to mention this one. YouTube is great because you can basically talk about whatever you want, and I'm sure there is someone in the world who will share an interest and want to listen. It's similar to blogging, where you'll make money through ads and affiliate marketing. Firstly, you won't make money on this straight away, unfortunately. You need to have 4,000 hours of watch time in the past year and 1,000 subscribers before becoming eligible for monetization. And it's likely for a very long time you'll have no one watching your content, or very little people. The amount you make ranges massively depending on the niche you talk about and the number of views you get. So it's a serious amount of effort and dedication to get off the ground, and most people quit before getting to monetization, but if you do, it's also very rewarding. YouTube is only growing and is actually the second biggest search engine in the world. So if anyone tells you it's too late to start, then it's definitely not. For example, I started my channel in 2015, but I only really started taking it seriously around about last Christmas. And like I said, there is content for everyone on YouTube. I personally don't really watch much TV in my free time nowadays, and I mainly only watch YouTube videos. It's quite easy to start with just a phone, and that is literally how I started. Once you progress, you'll want to upgrade to a better mic, which you can get for about 10 to 15 quid off of Amazon. It doesn't matter so much on the quality of your videos. I mean, you don't need to record in 4K, but the audio is more important, because if people can't understand what you're saying, then your video is kind of half pointless. And nowadays phone cameras are pretty decent anyway, so you don't need a decent camera to start, but you could always upgrade at a later date. Then as you progress, you will need to learn basic editing skills and use an editing program. Loads of people actually end up turning YouTube into a full-time job. The biggest YouTubers make hundreds of thousands and even millions, but again, these people also have hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers. So to give it a rating, the ease to start, I'm going to give it a 5. Most people have a phone nowadays, so you could literally start now and upload straight after your recording finishes. The time to make money, I'm going to give this a 1. This is going to take a lot of time and dedication to get this off the ground and to reach those 4,000 watch hours and your first 1,000 subscribers. How much money you can make? Once you reach monetization, you really have to stick at it. And I mean, it completely depends on your niche. So probably at the start, you could make anything from 50 to 100 pounds in a month, but it could go insane one day if you dedicate enough time to it. So I'm going to give it a 5. So side hustle number 7 is selling digital products, such as an online course or ebook. Everyone has skills, and being able to teach them to someone else can make you a lot of money. Talking about something you know well really helps here. And the great thing about digital products is that you make it once and then you can resell it multiple times over and over. It sometimes helps if you have an audience already, although anyone can sell a course on sites like Udemy or Skillshare. Bear in mind, with an online course and an ebook, this is not a quick win and will take a serious amount of time. It's something I plan to do one day myself as an additional income stream, but for a course, you'll likely have to script it, record videos, possibly add extra curriculum material, and it will need to be structured and well planned. And it's similar for an ebook. It will take a lot of planning, structuring, and writing. Online courses can be sold on sites like Teachable, Udemy, and Skillshare, while ebooks can be sold on Amazon. In a similar vein to ebooks, you could also try and sell a digital product on Etsy. This will take a lot less time and could be a nice little money maker. For example, you could sell a budgeting spreadsheet or something like that. So to give it a rating, the ease to start, I'm going to give it a 3. The reason I'm doing this is because it depends what digital products you're making. Everyone has skills, but there's a lot of effort to get a course up and running and complete. Ebooks will generally take a lot of time to write also, but spreadsheets on Etsy may be a lot quicker. Hence why I'm giving it a 3, because it's in the middle, because it's different for all of them. The time to make money, again, I'm going to give this a 3, because if it's a course, it's going to take you ages to write the course, whereas like something like a spreadsheet you may be able to knock up in a day. And again, an ebook will probably take quite a while also. How much money you can make, again, this is hard to say because it depends on the content. People who make courses can make thousands a month, and each course can resell for hundreds, whereas an ebook will obviously be a lot less, and a spreadsheet will be likely less again. So side hustle number 8 is social media management. As you probably know, a lot of the older generation aren't as tech savvy and up to date with all the latest social media. Or sometimes businesses are just too busy to do it themselves. So you can start managing social media for companies and posting on their Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for a monthly fee. The great thing about this is that you could do this for a few different businesses at a time. Typically, companies pay actual businesses around £300 per month to have their social media managed. So you could do it for less and say do it for maybe 150, 200 quid and manage multiple at a time. You probably need to take a few photos or videos every week or so. One of my friends does this for a local restaurant, and she will repost Instagram stories and posts that the restaurant are tagged in. To find new clients, you could find businesses that aren't very good at it or don't currently have any social media presence. Say you get 5 clients that pay 200 quid each a month, then that's easily £1,000. It could easily be turned into a full-time business. So to give it a rating, the ease to start this, I'm going to give this a 5. You just need a phone and a computer, and then to find some businesses in your area that aren't doing very well with their social media management or don't have a presence at all. The time to make money, I'm going to give this a 5 also. I mean, businesses will likely pay you monthly, but possibly weekly. You can make these terms up yourself with the business. How much money you make, I'm going to give this a 4. This is a good little earner for the amount of effort required. So side hustle number 9 is selling stock photos, videos, or audio online. So obviously the internet is not getting any smaller and is always growing. And more people are making websites or video content every day, and many of them require images or content that they don't personally have. Having a website with just text on it looks rather boring, so images can be used to break this up. And if you're running a website, you will need to pay a license for an image to place it on your site unless you own the image already. Now, there are so many places you can upload and sell your own media, such as Shutterstock, but there are hundreds on Google. Every time someone pays to license an image on these sites, the person who uploaded the image gets paid commission. The commission may be small, but the photo can be used forever, and you can even resell the same photo on multiple platforms. The best thing is you can start this with your phone, but obviously a proper camera can help, but phone cameras on newer models of phones nowadays are getting really good anyway. And you can take photos of literally anything, whether it be a beach near you or your car or a city or your friend just posing in a certain way. If there's a requirement for a photo of that kind, then someone will be willing to pay for it. So to give it a rating out of 5, the ease to start it, I'm going to give it a 5. You literally just need a phone. The time to make money, I'm going to give it a 4. Because your photos will be uploaded on some sites within the same day, but you do need people to start buying your photos. How much money you can make, I'm going to give this a 2, as the money isn't very high on this. And my next side hustle is OnlyFans. Nah, I'm only messing, I'm not including this in my 10. So my side hustle number 10 is investing. Now, obviously I had to include this one also. Now, the only problem with this is that you first of all need money to make money. Investing in the stock market is much easier than people think. The way it works is, if you want to invest in stocks, for example, or even crypto, you would buy a share or a coin for say $10 in the hope that the price is going to go up. Say it goes up to $15, then you cash it out and you've made $5 on every share or coin. But you could say you don't know which stocks to buy, which is a fair point because it should involve a lot of research and you shouldn't just buy what your mates told you or because some video on YouTube recommended it. But there's ways around this also. You don't even need to know much about stocks. You have two options here. Firstly, you could invest in an index tracking fund. An index generally tracks some of the biggest companies on a stock exchange such as the FTSE 100, which is 100 of the biggest companies on the London Stock Exchange, or the S&P 500 index is 500 of the biggest companies on the US markets. So if you were to invest in an S&P 500 index fund, the fund basically buys into all 500 of the companies, then you buy shares of the index fund to get exposure to all of the companies and saves you from buying all 500 individually. This is great because it also diversifies your wealth. I actually did a video recently showing how most people can become a millionaire via compound growth and investing in an S&P 500 index fund. If you want to check that, then the link's up here and in the description below. Just a word of warning, it will take some time though. If you want to invest in an S&P 500 index tracking fund, then you can do this by setting up an account with a broker. I personally use eToro and I have an affiliate link down below in the video where if you sign up using it, I will get a kickback and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it really helps support this channel. Then once you have signed up, then you would need to invest in ticker symbol VOO. I have an in-depth video on how to invest for beginners, which I'll put a link to up here and in the description below. Now your second option is if you use eToro's copy trading functionality, whereby you can copy every trade that another trader on the platform makes. If you want to know more on copy trading, then I have a whole video explaining what it is, which I'll put a link to up here and in the description below. But if you want a brief overview, say you copy a trader with $1,000 and they buy Facebook with 10% of their cash balance, then you would also open a trade for 10% of the money you invested into that trader. So because you invested $1,000 into that trader, you'd open a trade for $100 into Facebook because 10% of 1,000 is $100. This is actually how I started on the stock market, as I didn't know what I was doing and it was all very daunting to me. So it's a great way to enter the market and start learning along the way. Then if you feel adventurous over time, you can even invest in individual stocks. Some traders will get a lot higher returns than an index fund, but obviously past performance is not indicative of future results. And also you have to remember your capital is at risk and you could end up losing the money that you originally came along with. Now with the stock market, some companies pay dividends, which is like an additional benefit for holding a company's stock, and they pay out a portion of their profits to their shareholders. So this is another way to make money through the stock market. Now obviously there is a caveat with buying stocks and cryptos because you need money to make money. Also investing takes time to see returns. Also, like I said before, past performance is not indicative of future results and your capital is at risk. So please do your own research before taking out any investment and only invest the money that you would be willing to lose. Also, please note the information in this video is not intended to be investment advice, and if you want investment advice, you should seek a licensed professional. If you want to learn more about investing, then that's what this channel is about. And we also talk about personal finance and how to reach financial freedom. So I recommend you subscribe and press the bell icon so you're notified of all the latest videos as I upload new content every week. So to give it a rating, the ease to start, I'm going to give it a 2 because you actually need cash to start this one and you could even lose the cash you invest. Plus you need to learn a bit so you don't end up putting all your cash into Dogecoin or some other shit coin. The amount of time to make money, if you're investing, this is a slow burner. So again, a 2. People can day trade, but 95% of people who do this lose money. So you really need to know what you're doing if you decide to go down that route. And I personally wouldn't day trade without having a wealth of knowledge first. How much money you can make? This is definitely a 5. You can make insane amounts of money. Not that all stocks double up, but say you put 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 into a stock and say the share price doubles, then you've now doubled your money to 2,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 respectively. So that's it for this video. I hope it's given you some food for thought and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions about this video, then please let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you've got any other decent side hustle suggestions or what side hustles you're currently working on. I'd love to know and I read all your comments. It's been Ollie from Get Geek Finance. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.